We're Deb and Matt, and in May 2024 we spent 4 weeks road tripping and island hopping in Greece. If you're planning your summer trip, join us as we show you hidden gems, local favourites and of course the iconic tourist spots. We tried to do this on €150 a day, and we're sharing our experiences so you can see where to go, what to do and how to do it, all while on a budget. Welcome to Greece. After a very long 24-hour travel day, we arrived into Athens International. We probably spent about an hour in customs before heading to the metro station. 40 minutes and €9 each later, we were in the city centre. This was our first time in Greece, and even though we were so tired, we couldn't wait to head into Monastiraki Square for our first glimpse of the Acropolis. We had a kind of average sit-down breakfast before we began to explore the city. Our first stop was Syntagma Square before heading to the tomb of the unknown soldier to watch the changing of the guards. This tomb is a symbol of respect for fallen Greek soldiers and is meant to honour their sacrifice during different wars and conflicts. The soldiers who keep watch wear a traditional uniform and perform a specific coordinated routine in slow motion so they don't pass out after standing still for so long. There is a changing of the guard every 60 minutes where you'll find a small crowd of tourists. A larger ceremony also happens every Sunday at 11 a.m. with wreaths laid, more intricate uniforms and more soldiers. We'd now been awake for more than 40 hours. Even though we were tired and jet-lagged, we were easily able to find our way around using Google Maps. We both had eSIMs for our phones, so we're always connected to data and found it to be reliable during our time in Greece. We'll add the details in the description below. We wandered around the National Gardens until it was time to check into our hotel. Covering 16 hectares, the gardens are a cool reprieve and one of the only green spaces in the city of Athens, featuring local and exotic plants as well as fruit trees.
So I can stand a bit taller. Some mulberries.
Although the water features and tortoises were fun to see, I probably wouldn't recommend this spot if you are short on time in the city. It was a great place to kill time, even if my jet-lag brain couldn't comprehend if the turtles were real or fake.
Wait, no, the ones on the rocks are statues.
We ended day one with the first of many Greek gyros from Bouloukos kebabs, before heading up to our hotel roof for a sunset view of the Acropolis.
You're on video.
Oh, okay. I have a still face. Oh, wow.
We had plenty of space to take photos and we're glad our hotel had a rooftop. We were able to see the Parthenon lights come on without the premium price tag for food or drinks or feeling rushed at the rooftop bars or restaurants in Monastiraki. Day 2 began with an impromptu pastry making demonstration, coffee and breakfast at Creme Royale. We learned after this bakery is often visited on food tours in Athens and we were glad we made the stop. Our next site to see was the Ancient Agora. This agora provided a place for citizens of ancient Athens to meet and deliberate on the issues of the day in ancient Greece. The temple is one of the most well-preserved and intact today and was actively used until the mid-18th century. We entered at their opening time of 8 a.m. and only saw a handful of other people until after 10, when school, tour and cruise ship groups started arriving. Even then, it was a quiet site with plenty of room to find your own space compared to the Acropolis and the Acropolis Museum. We spent around 2 hours enjoying the grounds and temple as well as different viewpoints of the Acropolis.
So you can pay a fortune for a balcony Acropolis view at your accommodation, or going to the rooftops, or you can just come here to the Ancient Agora,
Yeah, Ancient Agora.
which was included in our combo ticket, and see this.
Quick tip, you can find this viewpoint just past the temple.
So all over the Ancient Agora, there's just so many pieces of carved stone. You can see they've done their best to protect it. Like here. Obviously protecting it from people, which is a bit unfortunate. But it is kind of crazy when you consider there's also a museum on site. So these are like the reject pieces that don't end up in the museum. It's definitely worthwhile coming inside.
The museum is well laid out with some really cool spots for photos without hundreds of people in the background. Inside you'll find artefacts that were found at the Agora as well as information about its excavation. There's also some nice viewpoints of the temple with the columns in the foreground. The Agora was an absolute Athens highlight for the both of us, and we would absolutely recommend spending a couple of hours here during your time in the city. Definitely plan to go first thing in the morning as large groups were arriving by 10 a.m. We paid €30 each for a combo ticket that gave us entrance to the Ancient Agora, Acropolis and 5 other sites. Unfortunately, this has been discontinued in 2025 and the Agora alone is now €20. Of course, seeing the Acropolis should be on everyone's bucket list. If you're going to choose another paid historical site, we would definitely recommend this one. You can actually view most of the other sites from outside their gates, and honestly, they're just not as impressive. We'll add the link for the official website to book tickets below, and you can also buy them at the gate. We then took ourselves on a self-guided food tour for the afternoon. After sampling a gyros with everything from Costa's, one of Athens' best souvlaki houses, we walked to Steni, one of the last dairy bars in Athens specialising in house-made sheep's milk yogurt. Served with honey and walnuts, it's so thick a slice will sit on your plate.
So good.
It's hard to find words to do it justice. It's well worth the walk or metro ride to visit this place. A coffee, baklava and yogurt cost just over €8. We ended the day at a family-run restaurant with a set menu for €16 each. I'd recommend it if you aren't familiar with Greek food and want to try a variety of items without a huge bill. As our second day in Athens was coming to an end, we still had one pretty big site to explore. Subscribe to find out where we stayed, how to avoid the crowds at the Acropolis, some of our fave budget food and drink spots, plus how much we spent during our 3 days in Athens. Thanks for watching.